What's up, everybody? Welcome to those that are watching on YouTube. Welcome to the cut. Those that are watching on Facebook. Welcome to the media. We're going to talk about and kind of react to Tyler Perry's new film, Straw. Most people have probably seen it by now. If you haven't seen it, let me know. If you have seen it, I'm definitely curious to know what your reaction to it is. Very curious. So, well, there's something new on here. I can show the comments on the stage. Well, that's neat. Okay, so when you come in, say hey, say what's up, and let me know if you've seen this film or not. I'm gonna take my time for a second and let a few more people come in. Looks like I got one person in so far, but we're gonna let a few more people pop in. I actually have the movie playing on my phone right now. I know y'all can't see it. There we go. Just to kind of remind myself of some of the transpirings in this film. I want to start by saying I'm a huge Tyler fan. Huge. What Tyler has done for cinema, it's been impeccable. It's been amazing. What Tyler has done for uh, in the space of writing and producing and directing, it's been impeccable. It's been amazing. I want to start by saying that what Tyler has done by getting these deals with BT, BT Plus, OWN, and all the stuff he's done by having this big studio in Atlanta. Amazing what he has done. He has one of the biggest film studios, which is freaking awesome. And first and foremost, want to give him props for that. I look up to what he's done. I appreciate it, and I aspire to that. However, a lot of the movies that Tyler make outside of the Madea movies, which I love the Madea. There's not a Madea movie I don't love. But outside of those, when he starts making movies that don't have Madea, they sometimes be pretty interesting. You know, we find ourselves critiquing the hell out of Tyler stuff, warranted or unwarranted. There's always something to critique, whether it be wigs, whether it be actors or lack thereof, whether it be production value. There's always something we find ourselves critiquing. So when you come in again, let me know if you've seen this new movie Straw or if you have not. Whoever that is watching, have you seen the movie just yet? Let me know. Have you watched it? And if you did watch it, what exactly did you think of it? What were your thoughts from a general audience member, fan, or non-fan, from a general viewer's eye? What did you think of Tyler Perry's movie Straw? Now, I want to say that my hat is off to Taraji P. Henson. Taraji did a freaking amazing job embodying this character of Janiyah. I mean, she went through so many different phases of, well, first of all, it didn't slow down. She was in her dramatic bag the entire time, crying and going crazy, and tripping out the whole time from beginning to end. There's no question, Taraji's always going to deliver. She always delivers. She has really put herself up there with the greatest, the best of the best when it comes to female actresses like Angela Bassett's and Kerry Washington's and the Viola Davises. In my opinion, she's up there with them. Also, Sherry Shepherd. Sherry did a damn good job too. Oh, that's Siri. Thought I was talking to her. Sherry did a darn good job as well in her role, in making you hate her ass initially, and then she got to a point where you kind of you liked her after a while. Then there was Teyana Taylor was in it as well. Teyana is so easy on the eyes. Now, no matter how mediocre her acting may or may not be, she's forgiven. All is forgiven because she's easy. She's not a seasoned actress. She's done some acting, but she's not seasoned, and it shows. She's still getting her footing when it comes to her acting. So for Teyana, she gets a pass. Glenn Turman, you guys remember A Different World? The Colonel, who was dating Jaleesa, whatever her name is, on a Different World. He was in this. He was Taraji's boss, Janiyah's boss. it started off when he started off, he was so over the top that it was ridiculous in the way that he treated this character Janiyah, right? Even though he made you hate him, even though the writing was a bit over the top, he delivered the hell out of those lines. He is he's a vet. He's a veteran, and his acting was, to me, second to none when it comes to he was second behind Taraji when it comes to how he acted, especially during the scene where the robber came in. When he's all the stuff he was saying, and she was struggling with the robber. He's like, he know you. He know you. He's talking about for your damn daughter. So give him the money. He was funny. He was good. He made you hate him, but he played the hell out of that. Matter of fact, I want to see if I can find that. Just that part was hilarious to me. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Hold on, here we go. Let me know if y'all can. I can't hear it. Hold on. He called the police on me. Hold on, here we go. Get out of my phone. You're fired. Get the fuck out. Hold on. Let me pass. Okay, so the burglar's walking in. The burglar's coming in. Janiyah is trying to get her check after she'd been fired. And Glenn Turman, the colonel from A Different World, who I say is probably acted one of the top 2 best actors in this movie. This is the stuff he's saying. He playing the hell out of this role. Watch, here we go. Let's listen to it. Let me know if you can hear it well or not. Listen to him. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's coming. You hear it?
No.
He was hilarious to me. I feel like he played the heck out of the role. But okay, so let's get to the overall reaction, if you will, of this film. So, what did I think of Tyler Sue film? Okay, I got a few notes. Let's read these notes. All right, I want to say kudos. I give Tyler a lot of flack on his movies for not being structured, right? Which, of course, he doesn't have to do it because his audience don't give a damn. There's no structure typically to his movies. There's no movies, for those that don't know, just a little nerdy part real quick. It's 3 acts, broken up into 3 acts and 8 sequences, typically 8 15-minute sequences, right? Which equals the 2-hour movie, right? First 2 sequences are Act 1. Second, third, fourth, and fifth sequences are Act 2. 6th and 7th sequence are Act 3, right? You got your setup, then you got all the action, and then you got the conclusion at the end, right? That's how movies are set up. Most movies are set up. 99.9% movies are set up. Tyler does not follow that typically. However, in this one, I gotta say, he followed it for the most part, more than I've ever seen him follow it. So, and I say that because the first 15 minutes of the movie, my nose, y'all can't see my nose. First 15 minutes of the movie, he set up the tension of this movie, basically. It started with us seeing Janiyah in her everyday life. Now, I will say it was a little on the nose for it to open in her bedroom, watching, seeing her wake up with her daughter, showing the room, and it's showing a close-up on the medicine. It's giving us way too much information up front, right in our face. You're gonna make you see it. It ain't subtle at all. So that attributes itself to writing and directing. in my opinion. I didn't love that. Let's see. Second scene. She goes to the bank. Hold on. My bad. Prescription drug. Oh yeah. On this first scene, we also see the eviction notice. So it shows us the eviction notice, shows us a prescription drug, just so on, just giving it to us, not making us think at all. Like, okay, all right, Tyler. Okay. Scene 2. Let me see. What's this? Oh yeah, a whole lot of scary. She's at the hospital, and it's like a whole lot of scary music that's just distracting, in my opinion, in the background. Then scene 3. We back to her bed with her kid. And then she takes her to the bathtub, and she's in the bathtub. She's bathing her, and there's a whole lot of exposition at this point too. The daughter's telling everything that's going on. We're getting a lot. Her falling in the tub, her being sick, her not having money to pay for school this $40 for lunch. I hope that's for the week or 2 weeks. That's how much? $40. So we get all that in scene 4. Right, we're getting a whole lot. We're not having to think about a goddamn thing. Tyler just giving it to us, right? And then scene 5, she goes outside to the car. See the title screen. The landlord comes out and just does the most. The people that's with the loud music next door, they outside. Sinbad's out there. He's home. Sinbad did, but he had a very simple part. He did his thing. The landlord tells her she's filing an eviction, but she still ends up putting her stuff out. She told her she filed an eviction. When you file an eviction, you don't just get to go put somebody's stuff out. Matter of fact, I don't even know if the landlord is the one that put it out, or is it somebody else that put the stuff out. But anyway, she told her she filed an eviction, but then the same day, her goddamn stuff is out on the lawn. That didn't make sense to me. All right, next. Drop a daughter up at school. Now, this is one thing that attributes itself to the production value. Tyler shot this in 4 days. And that's the thing about Tyler shooting his stuff so quick, is that it shows. Like when she's standing outside her car, letting her daughter out. I'm doing this because anybody that watched the whole movie know why I'm doing it. When she supposedly let her daughter out of the car to go to school, behind her you can see some apartments, and they just as blurry. The focus, they got them out of focus. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it's a Netflix deal but then when she comes back to the school again, when the CPS supposedly is called, they're using that exact same shot on Tyler's lot, obviously. All right, and then scene 6. Okay, we saw scene 7. She goes back to work. She goes in. There's a whole lot of chaos going on. It's just packed like Black Friday at a grocery store. For some reason, it's Black Friday. Her boss said it's because it's the first of the month. Everybody got their stamps. Maybe that was it. She goes to the back, and Glenn Turman started out just so over the top. The writing for him is just so over the top, talking up to her like a dog. And I'm like, not really realistic to me. He's talking to her like she's just nothing, and a dog, fussing at her, cussing. Who does that? What kind of that made no sense to me. So that the writing is just too dramatic, like a play. All right. Then scene 9, she's going back out to the floor to work, and the customers are over the top. Customers are cussing her out. The girl trying to use a food stamp card for stuff you ain't supposed to use a food stamp card for. Taraji tells her you can't use it. The girl calls her a bitch. Then her boyfriend throws a bottle and breaks it on the floor by her foot. And then the manager come back and he's over the top, fussing at her and cussing. I'm like, this is too much. This is supposed to be a film. It's not a goddamn play. The writing is just too. Trying to compose myself. It just bothers me so goddamn much. Then she get a phone call. She goes to the back, get a phone call from the school. She's having a full-on conversation with the school about the lunch money, right? She's on this call, and she's talking about falling in the tub and all kind of stuff. Boss comes in over the top. Then she goes to the school, and we see that same shot of her standing in the blurry, out of focus apartments across the street. The same exact shot that was used prior, right? Then scene 11. Mind you, we ain't doing the whole thing there. She go to her car, look at the bank. Then she goes into the bank and she's trying to get $40. She skips the line to go to Sherry Shepherd and try to get $40 out, and she can't get it out because of whatever reason. She leaves. That to me, that was an unnecessary scene, but whatever. Scene 13. She goes to the school. Oh no, this is when we see that same blurry background. My bad. when she go back to the school. We see it right there on scene 13 and scene 14. What is this? She's in the hallway at the school, talking to the teacher. CPS has her, Child Protective has her daughter, and she spends, how long? Over a minute explaining. She is clean. We don't have gas at the house. She's sick. She falls in the tub. I try to feed her. I try to clean her. She goes on a whole soliloquy for a minute. Too much exposition about every single thing, telling it to the CPS folks who don't give a damn. And then they take her daughter away. Scene 15, this is where it really pisses me off. She's in traffic. There's a cop in his regular car that she cuts off, I guess, and he fishtails her car. He's driving through cones, running over stuff, and fishtails her car. In his car, he's saying, "I'm gonna get you, bitch. You gonna wish that you never left the house." This is a police officer. He chases her. Then he gets there, and another cop is stopping and giving her a ticket. And while this other cop, uniformed cop, is giving her a ticket, this ununiformed cop is standing right there with the uniformed cop, talking shit, like threatening to blow her head. Talking about, he said, "I'll legally, wherever I see you, no matter where it is, I'm gonna blow your head off legally." He told the other cop, "Make her suffer." He's calling her bitches and hoes. He maybe not hoes, they call her bitch. I'm like, Tyler, come on. Where does this happen? When does it? This is not realistic. I don't understand. So that's my thing. And I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to go too much further in it yet. Where there's a robbery, we'll talk about she goes back, there's a robbery or whatever at the thing. I don't understand why the writing has to be so over the top. So overall, with this film, I enjoyed it overall as a regular watcher. As a creator, as a writer, it was very difficult to watch. I like where it went. I like the story behind it. I like, can I watch it without crying? Now that's a good question, Candace. What's happening, Candace? Can you watch it without crying? I don't know. I cry at movies. I'm sensitive. So it didn't make me cry, but I'm a person that typically, because I enjoy the art, I enjoy good acting. If there's something that's just, it can choke me up. If there's sad situations going on, but I found myself thinking as I was watching, why am I not choked up right now at the situations or circumstances that's going on? And I found myself a little bit at one point at the end. At the end, I did, but not in areas where I thought I would. I think you probably will. I think it probably will have you crying because it's so over the top. Like this girl, from typically a movie. Okay, I'm trying to gather myself. You know how I feel about Candace. You know how I feel about writing movies. Typically, a movie starts out. Sorry, I'm disappearing. Starts out slow. I mean, starts out here, and there's a build, right? From sequence 1, sequence 2, you get your inside incident, and you find out, oh, okay, something happens, and you realize, oh, this is what the movie is going to be about. This is what the protagonist's journey is going to be. This is what they got to do. They got to get their daughter back. They got to get out of this bank robbery. They got to do this. They got to escape. They something. You find that out right here, right? And then there's rising action, and there's been obstacles, and there's rising, and then you get to the main culmination, midpoint, and it starts going down in the last act 3, right? Typically, it's like a mountain. Nope. In this movie, rather than starting at 1, this one starts at 10. Sorry, I can't see me. It starts at 10 and goes. And then it goes to 11. Then it goes to 12, 14, 25. And then at the end, in the very last minute, it go down to 1. It was the craziest thing I ever seen. So the structure of it overall was better than what he normally does. The writing, again, who am I to critique Tyler Perry, right? But I'm going to do it anyway because I'm not nowhere close to Tyler Perry, but the writing sucks. The writing sucks. The writing is atrocious. The story is amazing. It makes you feel for the character, but the writing sucks. I ain't never for the boss to be so over the top, calling all out her name and cussing and talking crazy from beginning to end till he got whatever happened to him. For the customers at the restaurant, you're all right. He's right now. He has for the customers at the register to be calling her bitches and hoes and throwing glass bottles at the cashier. Where they do that at? For a police officer. Watch me now. Hear this now. For a police officer to chase down this woman in his regular Mustang, to be cussing the whole time saying, I'm going to get this bitch. You're going to wish she never left the house. To get there while another officer is there, still threatening to blow her head off. What police would say? I'm going to find you and I'm going to legally blow your head off. I'm going to find a way to legally blow your head off. Why would you write that? That's the stupidest shit ever. Who would write that? I'm going to find a way to legally blow your head off. A police is going to say that? A guy police officer say this to this woman while another lady police officer right there. It makes zero sense. And then the lady police is acting like he ain't saying nothing. He's like, she not telling him to stop or nothing. Until finally she was like, okay, I got this. He said, no, make her suffer. And then he walked like, what kind of police? And mind you, at the end we find out that he's not even from the same county or city. He's from a whole nother town. And this police officer let him do all this. That's dumb. So there's a lot of things in this movie that was stupid because of the writing. Now I will say he got better with the production value. While there was a couple of areas where he was using the same shots and the blurred background because he's doing it on his campus or where his studio is, I guess. But overall, it looked good. I didn't see any crazy wigs. Teyana Taylor looked scrumptious. Come on, somebody. Can I get an amen? Teyana Taylor looked scrumptious. Her acting was mediocre because she's not a seasoned actress, so I give her a pass on that. So her acting, it was she did her best, her level best. Rockman Dunbar did great. Sinbad, he didn't have to do much. He sit in the wheelchair, ask for money as a homeless guy. Sherry Shepherd did her thing. What they be saying, the young kids say now, Candace. Sherry Shepherd did her big one. She did. Sherry did good. Sherry make you pissed off at the beginning, but then you start to like Sherry at the end. And then Tyler Perry is known for twists, and I won't mess this up for you, Candace, so I ain't gonna say too much about it. Tyler Perry, his whole deal with movies and TV shows, just like that. What's that show? The movie or the show we was watching recently? Everybody was watching Something in the Black. I think Tyler's movie show, Something in the Black, where Beyonce's stepdaddy. He not no more because her mama divorced him. But Richard Lawson was in it. And he just kept saying, my wife is dead. My wife is dead. Every scene he was in, my wife is dead. We're like, goddamn, we understand she's dead, okay? But Tyler, for some reason, keep writing for him to say every few scenes, my wife is dead. I'm sweating, it's hot. And I don't understand why. And he had Taraji do the same thing in here. She just kept saying, my daughter this. And I won't say what she was saying. She just kept saying, right? But Sherry did her thing. The other actresses in the bank sucked. The police officers, okay, I hate to say this, but it seems as though there's an infatuation with pretty ass men, light-skinned pretty boys for Tyler movies, right? I'm probably messing up my chance to ever get to do anything for Tyler. I'm sorry. Should I say any of this? Should I delete this? I'm not gonna delete Not to be honest. But there does seem to be an infatuation with pretty boys, light skinned, curly hair, pretty boys on on Tyler stuff. And they be in roles that they don't belong in. First of all, they don't be good actors. They're not their best actors. They seem like it's like their first time. And this time there was some police officers that was in these roles that it was just cringy. It was just so cringe to watch them act. And they were just there for their looks, but it didn't add any value to the movie whatsoever. So overall, listen, I'm not trying to shit on the movie. Overall, I enjoyed it. I'm going to watch it again after this. From a regular audience member's eye, it was a very entertaining and heartfelt film. From a writer's or director's eye, yeah. What the fuck is this? I don't understand what it was. I don't get it. I don't own this. I don't know why. What? I keep getting hot. Okay, so this is my thing. So this is my gripe. This ain't supposed to be a gripe video, but I got Tyler's worth $1.5 billion or something like that. He has a studio. His Black Panther and Walking Dead, all these folks use his studio. He had all these resources, this beautiful studio. He could really, if he so chose to, put on some amazing productions. Amazing. He could get some writers. He can get some directors that really know what they're doing, right? And pay them, and his name still be on it. I know he put Tyler Perry's this, Tyler Perry's that, his ego thing. You can still say Tyler Perry's. You can still be the producer and have an amazing project that makes the black what's the word I want to use? The black culture feel great about the product. You said it, you think in time we'll see the growth? I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, he got this deal with Netflix, and he keep pushing out stuff so fast. 4 days he shot this. He's pushing out so fast that it's not time to give the quality. And the problem with him bringing another director, he's gonna try to force them to do the same thing, and it's not realistic. This movie it's not a movie to be shot in 4 days, even though there was only 1, 2, 3, about 4 locations. Still, it should have took at least a month to do it right. Sherry Shepherd said she had 2 days to remember her lines. That's nuts. So it was good. I just wish he would, because he can. And if he don't, then who? Nobody else has the resources. 50 Cent building a studio in Louisiana. It's sad to me when 50 Cent stuff is better quality. And Lena Waithe and who else? Ethos, Lee Daniels, and it would be so great. He can win some awards, and it'd be more prestige with black movies. Some global appeal. He don't care. Obviously, the thing about it is he obviously don't care because he's gonna make his money no matter what. He has his base. Most of us are gonna watch it anyway to support. So it's almost like taking for granted, to be honest with you, that we're gonna watch it. Almost like church preachers be doing. To be honest. Yeah, 50 Cent is way better. Power? Have you seen Power is way better quality, in my opinion, when it comes to his TV shows versus Tyler's TV shows. And he seems to pay the big actors good money, so that's great. But can we get some good quality? All right. Is there anything else I want to say about this? I've been on 30 minutes long enough. The twist. Candace, did you see Gone Girl? If anybody saw Gone Girl, Tyler was in Gone Girl. I think it was a lawyer or something, a therapist or something in Gone Girl. He tried to pull from Gone Girl. You remember Gone Girl? was kind of, I don't know exactly remember what, I just remember it being this stupid twist. Let me find it. Gone Girl. Let me find out what the twist was exactly. Because I kind of remember not nothing. Okay, so the girl faked her own death to frame Nick for the murder after discovering his affair and planning the revenge. And the way it was shot was just, it was amazing. It tricked the hell out of all of us, right? He tried to do a little bit something like that. So all the stuff that we were made to believe was true. Spoiler alert. So anybody that's watching this right now that don't want to know the twist, click off right now. I'll be done in 2 minutes anyway. Everything that we saw in the beginning, her and her daughter together in the house, waking up, her taking her to school, her getting a call from the teachers that she didn't have lunch money. She went to the school and CPS was taking the kids away. We're made to believe at the end that her daughter had died the night before. Spoiler alert. And then and all that was fake. That none of it actually really happened. But I'm watching it again to try to find the support for that. Because if you're going to have that type of twist, it needs to be supported by something that makes it make sense. I did see that there was a prescription drug on her counter. I can't see exactly what's on it. If it's something that, if it's like a drug, I mean, if it was a pills for maybe, what's it called? What's the people called? Those crazy people called? Not crazy. What's it called? What's that mental thing? What is it, Candace? If she's, damn it, what's it called when you see stuff? Or let me look it up. Crazy person. Medically. What is she? What's it called? God damn it. Kind of like bipolar, but the one where they really crazy. I can't think what it's called. If it was pills for psycho somebody or another, if it was some pills like that for some type of situation she had mentally, some type of mental issue, then I would understand. That's a little bit of support for what the twist was. But if there's not anything like that, nowhere else in there I saw any type of support other than the teacher. When she went to the school, supposedly dropping her daughter off, and she was waving at the daughter. We saw the daughter get out of the car. We saw the daughter, I guess we're seeing in her eyes, seeing her daughter walk up to the school, and the teacher looking at her like, what's going on? What you doing here? What you waving at? And then when they play it back, when at the end, we see nobody get out of the car, but we saw it. And we also saw while she was asleep, her daughter laying next to her. We also saw CPS take the daughter. So it could work if it was written better with better support for that twist, I say. Last thing, procedures. I believe that if you're going to have a bank robbery or what have you, you have to not only get pretty ass police officers to be as police officers, and then for some reason the police chief is here on scene for this hostage situation. Maybe that happens. I don't know. I don't always see police chiefs show up. I know he did in Inside Man, I think it was, whatever that movie with Denzel, because it was he was trying to run for office or something. He was like a celebrity guy. Anyway, but if you're gonna have police involved doing negotiations and all that, bring in a police officer to teach your people the terminology. I mean, no, not even teach them, but to teach you the terminology, and then rewrite your script with the proper terminology. It seems as though Tyler, he said he does it. He said he can be on a flight from Atlanta to New York to LA, and he can write a full script basically in that trip. Which I understand. I used to be able to write a full script in a day as well. But if you don't go back and make edits once you get research and guidance from professionals about actual procedures and terminology, that says a whole lot about you. You got to be willing to tweak your script. And it seems like he writes it and doesn't tweak it. He writes like as though he is an expert on police procedure, SWAT procedure, FBI procedure. The FBI comes and takes over, and then the police officers force their way into still trying to run the show. And then the police officers arrest somebody at the end and put them in the city police car, even though the FBI done took over because it's a federal deal because it's a bank robber. The terminology they're using is stupid. There's a whole lot going on that makes it sound like somebody don't know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to how police operate when it comes to these situations. So even at the hospitals, anyway, I'm done. So overall, I still give this movie. Thank you, Candace. I appreciate you. Overall, I give this movie, as I said yesterday, I think, or day for yesterday when I did a quick little review, I give it a 6. A 6. As a regular person watching it, I give it a 6.5. As a writer, I give it a 6. Can't say yeah. Looking forward to the next one. Tyler, give me a call. Let me try. I do it for free. I will. I just want us to have something great as far as the writing goes. All right. Did anybody, even people that watch this after, I know I haven't been live in a long time, so I know this is not going out to a whole lot of people right now. But when you guys watch it later, if you would, please comment below in the comments. Let me know if you watched it and what did you think and what do you rate it on a scale from 1 to 10. Candace, I'm looking forward to hearing what you are going to rate this on a scale from 1 to 10 as well. So appreciate y'all for watching. For those watching on YouTube, thank you for watching the cut. For those that are watching on Facebook, thank you for watching the media. I think that's all. I think that's it. I think I'm done. I'm about to get out of here. Let me see. What I got an outro or something to play? Nope, I don't. So we're just going to go. All right. Peace out.